Welcome to another exciting episode of the Million Dollar Peddlers. I'm Papergoy.
And I'm Mr. Magazine.
A while ago, one of our subscribers, our first subscribers, I'll shout him out, Radio Parts. You do know who he is.
I do.
He made a comment to me, and we're going to go back 3, 4, 5 years ago, quite a while ago, before we had the channel and everything.
I mean, you could have went back 5 minutes. I'm not going to remember. Now we're going back 5 years. I got no shot.
Good point. He had said this in an email, and he was talking about sales and all that kind of stuff. And he was saying about how foolish it is to accept things where you're like, you take a $5 offer on something or other where you end up, you're not making any money or you're making 45 cents on it or whatever the case happens to be. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, as long as it's not nothing that I feel is worth $20 or $30, but generally speaking, if it's something I've had for a while and it hasn't sold and I haven't got obviously any other offers in, say, 10 years, 8 years, 5, whatever, I get rid of it. What else are you going to do with it? At least you're getting, even if you're breaking even or losing money, you're getting some money back on your investment from listing it 10 years ago, relisting it over and over and over again, and as long as you can find it in inventory, which sometimes we can't if it's 10, 12 years old, but still, if we can't find it, at least we know, okay, now it's out of inventory. But yeah, I definitely sell them. I don't, what are you going to do? It's old. No one wants it. It's not more valuable than that. So what are you going to do with it? Just keep it dead in your, keep it in your inventory, never to sell it, or move it out?
I agreed with him 5 years ago, we'll say. But as time has gone on, I disagree. And one of the big reasons why is, and there's no real way to prove this, but certainly the thought is, and my belief is, along with many, many other people, is that if you make a sale, it spurs other sales. And eBay wants to see you make sales. And again, nobody knows for sure. We do not know the algorithm. Anybody who says they know the algorithm, they're lying to you. But it seems to be that a lot of times that first sale or that second sale helps get more sales because eBay seems to say there's some activity on this account.
Right.
We're going to make, we're going to send more traffic their way because, hey, people like the stuff that they have.
Yeah.
So the way I kind of look at it is, and if you want to go back to, 250 years ago, 500 years ago, 1,000 years ago, whatever it is, it's almost like a sacrifice to the eBay gods. Yeah. You say, you know something? I'm going to sacrifice this one. No, I'm not going to. If I have got it listed at $100, I'm not going to take $5 on it, obviously. Yeah. But if I got it listed and I listed it in 2009, and I have it listed at $12.09.
Yeah.
Get rid of it.
Yeah.
I understand his point. You're selling it for $5, and by the time you find it, pack it up, send it on out, blah, blah. Back then I charged shipping, but by the time I sent it all out, I put $1 in my pocket for my time.
Yeah.
No, as a standalone, it probably was not worth it.
Right.
But I think that there are a lot of other sides. Number one, I think that, again, as we said, you goose the algorithm a little bit. Number two, as you said, you get rid of it. What are you going to do with it? Number three, it frees up a little bit of space. And granted, in your operation or my operation, one magazine isn't going to make a difference.
Right.
You're not going to notice one magazine.
No.
But you've seen my operation. If I did that once a week, after 2 years, I've sold an entire box. Is it 100 or 70? How many magazines can fit in a box?
Yeah, 80, 100. Yeah.
80, 100, yeah. After 2 years, I freed up an entire box full of stuff, which makes a big difference when you really get down to it.
And you generated, in 2 years, $500 in sales. Even if they're all break-even, you're still getting $500 back on something. It's covering something. Yeah.
Right, with the cash flow and all that kind of stuff. You get the cash flow coming in. And the other side of it as well is we do send out, as eBay allows, I will send out a advertising mailer with it. Maybe they'll go to papergoy.com.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll come here to the channel.
Exactly, yeah.
Maybe they'll just remember my name and they'll be a repeat customer. You don't know, but now that I've actually got something going on in the marketing department, there is that possibility as well.
Or they could be, they found something else they're buying and then they're going to buy that and combine the order. So maybe, hey, now I'm making money on this one. This one's a break even, but now I've got 2 items I'm selling. Combine the shipping, boom, nice sale.
Maybe they made the $5 offer because it was the first item they said, and then I accept it, and then hold on, I want to buy 2 other items if that's okay. Well, yeah, of course it is, it is. So I understand his point, and you can't make your bread and butter be the $5 sales that you're making 50 cents on. None of us can handle the volume that it takes to actually make any money doing that.
Right.
Because if you think about it, if you're making 50 cents in your pocket, you sell 50 items, you make $25. Where are you going?
Right.
And I'm assuming that he's talking about, okay, after packing, all the materials and everything. Yeah. Where are you going? You sold 50 items, you put $25 in your pocket. You didn't make anything for your time whatsoever.
Yeah.
But as a one-off type sale, I definitely think that you got to do it at this point.
Yeah.
Certainly at the level of the stores that we have. How many items do you have at this point, Mr. Magazine, on eBay, roughly?
On eBay, almost 200,000.
Yeah, and I've got 26,000 items.
I mean, I guess if Radio Parts isn't going to take those sales and he doesn't feel it's worth it or whatever, then you should just end all the old ones. Whatever from if it's from 8-10 years ago, end everything under $10 from 8 or 10 years ago in bulk and just move on. So, I mean, that solves your problem if you don't want to make that decision to sell it for $5.
Right. And I guess part of it too is if I'm asking 12 on it, am I really going to come back and ask $7.50 from them?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And here's the reason why. As far as I'm concerned, if I listed it in 2012 and I'm asking $12.12 on it, and they offer me $5, they're the first person that's looked at it, as far as I'm aware.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Yeah, if someone offered you $8 or $9 or $10 in 3, 4, 5 years ago, it probably would have been gone. So obviously nobody wants it for any amount of money. This is your only shot at getting rid of it in a decade.
Right. So if I came back at $7.50, some people will buy it.
Yeah.
Some people will come back at $6.
Yeah.
And some people will just walk away.
Yeah, you risk the shot of not selling it. Now it's still in your inventory, not sold, taking up space.
Yeah. So I would rather have the dollar in my pocket. So, again, I agreed with him 5 years ago, and it did kind of spur me at that point to raise my prices.
Sure.
And at this point, $20 is the minimum that I'll sell anything over on eBay on Papergoy. No, I have different price points in different stores.
You know what else I just thought, too? 10, 12 years ago, our pictures were probably crap, too.
Oh,
You're not going to go back and revise and take a better picture, and that's maybe part of the reason it didn't get some sales. So it's another reason to move it out and go with the new stuff that you got, that better pictures and better listings and so forth.
Yeah, the keywords weren't good. It because it's been listed so long at this point, it's kind of dead.
Yeah.
In eBay search as well.
Right.
So yeah, just take the $5, be happy, move along. Now, obviously, somebody offered me $1, I'm not taking it.
No, right.
I have to actually be able to make something on it. Yeah. But $5 was the number that he had used. And do definitely want to thank Radio Parts. Been one of the first subscribers we ever had, so definitely do appreciate it. And he gave us a topic for today. If you do have any ideas for things you'd like us to talk about, definitely do reach out to us. Takes us a while to get to him, obviously, as he talked to me about this 5 years ago. So we had a little bit of a backlog.
Nice.
But we definitely do read everything you guys send over to us. And again, I've got a whole bunch of things printed up on top of the printer behind me that eventually I will dig out and we'll end up getting to.
I don't see a printer. I see a Model A Ford.
It's in the back seat.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, it's in the back seat.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It was actually factory original printer to that model.
Wow,
yeah,
nice.
It's very rare, very rare. Hit the like button if you could, and we'll see you next video.
Take care. Bye-bye.